me see if I can get this other light to hook on. Yeah, there we go. Oh. Well, episode 100. I didn't think I'd make it this far without giving up and saying to hell with it. But, yeah, we made it to 100. What up, John? Peter, what's going on? How are we doing? Oh. Facts. So I posted a few shorts here it was like yesterday or the day before? Yesterday. And that was gnarly. It just never translates on film. But man, what's up, Dan? I digged your post with the roof. That was sick. So I posted a few shorts. Endless Mountain, what up? Shut up. That's awesome. Son of a bitch. That is hilarious. I thought it was funny when you said it, so I was like, man, that's a good one. I wish I would have thought of that. So I posted a few shorts, and that thing was just in the worst spot possible. It had that gnarly arm that come off to the left, and that arm was it wanted to just break off, go to the house, and it was going to grab that electric wire. And when we squeaked in there, it was gnarly. But it's one of them situations where it was just a friend that was asking me, can you do like anything with this? And she told me, she's like, it's just like a twig, and you just need to like cut it. I'm like, I want to buy it. It didn't really look like a twig to me, but we'll see. When we went there, she's like, I don't know what I was looking at. I'm like, I don't either. So I told her, I was like, I think I can make it fit. We'll give it our best shot. And it had me worried. And I don't usually, there aren't too many times where that happens, but I was sketched. The homeowner came home and was like, can you get all this out of my yard? I'm like, what? I'm just helping her out, trying to put it onto the ground for her. And, well, I have kids. I'm like, I don't know what to do here. So, if you notice, you probably couldn't see much, but in that dark video, we shoved everything off to the side so that she could have her yard back and the trampoline and all that stuff. So, alright. Episode 100. As always, if it wasn't for these people, I probably wouldn't be putting out videos. I'm just being straight with you. I would have probably took a very long break and just posted randomly. But shout out to these people. In the Trees, William Moxie, Low Impact Forestry and Tree, Ground Pounder, J306, Super Shay, 5 Chris 5, James R, Buck Yeah Saws, Buckwheat, Guilty of Treason, Veterans Tree Service, Birchleaf, DJ Leslie, and Dano Tree Works. Thank you guys. Those are the members, and all my edited content goes over onto my members, and I'm gonna be putting up more like the bucking video that I just did with the boots. I have some of those coming. They're more video specific for a single person or channel, and we'll discuss one that I'm doing in this during the violations for this week. But yeah, they're definitely a lot funner to edit up, and they're more visual based as opposed to this audio stuff. So the VTS one, it needs to be it needs a certain amount of time dedicated to it, and I need to dedicate that same amount of time to the guilty of treason one. So they're coming. But I need to put out some other ones along the way before I do those. So, yeah. PSAs for this week. These are our public service announcements. Things that are just ridiculous and that need to stop. First, stop crying about your views. So people are watching you, okay? And you need to let them know how mad you are at other people that aren't watching you and waste their time talking about how you don't get enough views. To the point that you start to guilt trip the viewer and like let them know that if you don't make if I don't get more views and I don't get more subscribers, I'm not making videos no more. That's very weird. It's a strange thing that I've seen quite a few channels do where they try to guilt trip the viewer into doing more, I guess. I don't know. You got to share my stuff. And I mean, hell, there's guys doing just they're pulling the Instagram things over here. You got to like this post, tag 10 people, share the video, and tickle my taint. Like, I'm not, this is weird. Like, why can't that stuff stay over on TikTok and Instagram? Why you gotta bring that shit over here? We don't need it. Not everything needs to be recorded. You may have a YouTube channel. You may think it's dire straits that you have to post a video every single day or something. No, you don't. You really don't. I don't know which one does better. Quality over quantity. I don't really know. I also don't really care. So, just some stuff is ridiculous to watch. It's just like, come on, man. And the last thing I would say is have a little self-respect. I think a lot of these guys are losing their self-respect. They've lost it and have focused solely on this internet persona. Well, that internet persona doesn't sit down at the dinner table with your kid and your wife. It's just, you don't understand the character bit. You can have some self-respect and like make some decisions on your own. It's just cringe as fuck when I'm like, I see someone, this will get flagged. When I see someone, whatever, trying to be like somebody else, and they'll literally tell you who they're trying to be like. And men didn't used to do that. They just didn't have social media to do this all day. Be like, I'm going to be like him. And it's going to anger me if I'm not like him. So, my live chat has frozen. It froze very quickly. I am going to... Let me see if I can do something here. I'm going to back out real quick before we go on to the rest of the video. Yeah, let me try this. Okay. If it's going to work for me, it'll work now. But maybe it won't. Okay. Hang on just a second. Important stuff. Okay. Alright. Make sure we get stuff taken care of. Alright, yeah, I think I got my chat working again too. Okay. Where are we going? First channel. We're going to start right off the bat with guilty of treason. So, I always act like I'm doing Jacob this big favor by writing down the timestamps, and I'm like he's a crybaby, and I do all. I'm a lazy asshole. I write all these timestamps down, but I never put them into the description, so Jacob never gets them anyway. So, all right, guilty of treason. Do you like my? Okay, I guess we're done. Alright. That was enough of that. I just needed to find out, because I'm really worried. A lot of you guys are using dull chainsaw blades, and I just don't want you to get hurt. Okay. Guilty of treason put up a video. It was called "This Enormous Maple was a seriously dangerous tree." See, the problem with that right there was I forgot how to read for a second. Let me try it again. Guilty of treason put out a video called "This Enormous Maple was a seriously dangerous tree!" Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Now, I think there may have been one or two too many exclamation points, but it followed the rules. Pretty good title. So in this video, Randy stayed home so he can eat Cinnabon. This is just what I'm hearing. I think he was at home just eating every kind of pizza, just bread, a loaf of bread he started eating. So I don't know why. This is what I've been told. So the video starts out, Jacob is crying about his back being sore. And this is one thing I don't understand with Tree Guys. I don't understand any of you that are going to the gym or wondering why you're sore after you actually have to do something. Things have been so incredibly mechanized nowadays that when a guy has to go do some work, he's like sore and hurting afterwards. When if he just did some work every once in a while, it wouldn't be such a shock to the body. But Jacob crying about being sore because he's super old, not young like us, just super old. So he's sore because he had to carry some wood in that last video. And I'm like, come on, that's crazy. When was my birthday dinner? You're crazy. When's your birthday, Peter? Is it today or tomorrow? Oh, thanks. Thank you. I appreciate it. November 19th. What? That's like, it was yesterday, wasn't it? Oh, there, just hang on. Let me see something. Holy shit, that was like 3 days ago. Damn. Well, happy belated brother. Or, come on, man. Happy belated birthday, brother. That's what I meant to say. I glitched out for a second, so. Okay. So Jacob just needs to suck it up. I gotta keep going on this. Then, has anybody else noticed? He keeps bringing up this scammer, Custom Salt, John's Custom Salt. He brings him up in almost every other video, it seems like. Maybe every video. He brings up this John's Custom Sauce. Stop bringing that guy up. Like, he goes into this big long story every time. I didn't even know the guy was a scammer until this video today. He's like, apparently John's a scammer. He took a bunch of people's saws and money. And, well, don't bring him up no more. Like, just be like, this saw was built. That's it. That's all we need to know. We don't need to advertise a dude who is a scammer. That is, yeah, I don't like that. Let's stop doing that. We don't need to do that. I don't really have a whole bunch on that video because it's just this boring ass bucket truck video where he just sits there cutting and pushing. He tried to make a few of them exciting where he's like, hope I don't hit my truck. And I'm like, I kind of hope you do because make this video exciting. But he was just cutting out of the bucket. I think I actually remember him doing this tree in a different video. They said they took off maybe vines or something. It just, I don't know, some of the stuff starts to look familiar. But Big Flav runs the ground by himself in this video. And homie is just a hard ass worker in skinny jeans. So he just, that shit would, I think those would cut the circulation off to my legs. And I'd probably pass out trying to feed something through the chipper. But homie gets it done. Hired on as a cameraman and runs the ground by himself. Like, that's crazy. Not only does he seem like a cameraman, seems like halfway the mechanic too. You're here to see some violations? Oh, we'll get there. We'll get there. But shout out to them. But yeah, I don't really have a whole bunch other than Jacob needs to stop being a titty baby about being sore. And stop bringing up Scammer John. Scammer John is done. We're done with Scammer John. We don't need to tell no stories about how great he is at porting chainsaws because some other sucker out there on the internet is going to be like, hey, John, I heard from this. Did you want my money? Let's not do that, okay? I know you're good, Low Impact. Next channel. What we got? Alright. So, this guy took a break for a little bit. Then he came back. But we got JLM Tree Service. Put out a video. Monkey Beaver 2.0 harnessed in action. Silver maple step by step. Awesome. That's sick. He got a new saddle. He apparently got the whole kit and caboodle with it, okay? He got the suspenders. He got the new saddle. He got all the padding. He got the phone case. And he got the cloggers. So, dude, that's awesome. I'm stoked the fact, see, this is what I'm really excited for him. I'm excited he didn't have to take his purse up with him anymore. Now, when he's got his phone, he's got a phone pouch. No more purse, just straight in the phone pouch. That is a bit wordy. This is what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say he just failed English. That's what I'm gonna say. I was counting the words up, and it's almost like a sentence worth. He just threw a random dash in there. I'm just gonna say he failed at English. I'm not gonna hit him with a violation for that title yet. I think that's pretty good. I just think he couldn't figure out a way to word it. And he had to put Monkey Beaver 2.0 at the beginning. It needs to be at the very beginning of the title because sometimes you don't get to see all the title, but the part that really described it kind of went at the end. Most important thing is to have Monkey Beaver at the, and needs, that's what everybody, that's what you're going to be there for. So he got everything. He used to bring a purse up with him when he did his tree work, and he would keep his phone in his purse and next to his fingernail polish and foundation or something. I can't even remember what all the stuff was in there, but he got this phone case now, so no more no more purse. He gets to just do his thing. Got an actual phone holder. Leave the makeup and stuff, I guess, on the ground. Didn't really need it. That's just if he needed a touch up on the way, but he's ready to rock his new saddle. He's stoked about his saddle in this video. I'm stoked for him. A new saddle is sick. Then the video starts, and I'm like, all right, I'm in. He instantly, this was in the PSA, so let's not pretend like we didn't. That was for you, Ethan. You can't cry about not getting enough views. We don't. Hang on. We're men. We don't get on here crying about shit, whining about shit. That's just not what we do. He starts getting emotional, like it's a deep thing about his views, and said his journey, okay? So on a journey, I just call it having a YouTube channel. For him, it's a journey. His journey has been very, very hard, okay? Now, I didn't go pocket watch nobody. I didn't go check how long you been putting videos up. And how many, let's see. Brother, you got to figure out a way to make it enjoyable for you. And if it's not enjoyable for you, stop doing it. We can't put it on the viewer that you're going to stop making videos because you don't make enough money at it, and you wanted to do this and you wanted to do that. Come on. Just do your thing. If you want to record it and upload it, cool. But I don't get this. I don't get this thing of guilt tripping the viewers you do have with how upset you are about how things are going with your channel. I can't. So he said, I didn't like this. I wish he wouldn't. Don't say this again. But he said, I finally sucked it up and sucked it up. I don't think we should use that term anymore. And bought the Monkey Beaver saddle. This is what I was thinking was happening, but I was just joking in my head. But then you come out and said, dude, you don't have to suck nothing up. You finally bought it. That's it. Let's just do that. I don't like this part where you finally sucked it up. That part can not be in it. And the point will still get across that you bought a saddle. Just an idea. I think you'll grow your channel quicker, and your journey will be better if you don't have to suck anything up. So in the beginning, cool, saddle, awesome, things are awesome. Intro, things suck. The journey's super, super hard. Then there was some tree work done, where he cut some stuff. Then at the end, he does the guilt trip thing again. Where he's like, I just don't know if I'm going to keep making videos if it's not, I want to make videos every other day. What up, Jay? I want to make them every other day. But, you guys, I don't get enough views. Basically what he said. This is why I translated, okay? I got on YouTube because I wanted to be guilty of treason. Or August Hunneke. People wanted to be August until Guilty shot by him. Now they want to be him. So this is what he meant. This is what he actually wanted to say. This. I want to be guilty of treason. I want to make money at this. I want to pay people to do my videos and my filming and editing. He legit said this. Like he says, I want to post. Ideal would be every other day. But I'd have to hire somebody to film me and you guys could get me there. You don't guilt trip me. Dude, I'm trying to help you. I'm watching. You shouldn't be putting this on my shoulders. You can't blame the viewers because you feel like the videos you're making, when it's all said and done, it wasn't worth it. I don't get this. I don't get this. And it's because you've seen another YouTuber do this, so then you're going to do... Would you guys feel closer to me, relate to me more if I cried to you all the time? I'm just curious. I don't know nothing about this. I've never done that. But I'm curious. If I whined and moaned and groaned and told you everything sucked, would you guys relate to me more? And every time something was wrong in my life, I had to tell you about it repeatedly. And basically guilt trip you into not caring enough. I'm over it. Like, I can't do that. It's just not the way I do things. But at the end, well, I guess it wasn't the end of the video, but basically through the whole video, this is what's crazy, because he likes August. But this is what he said. This is my opinion. This is how I took it. He said the Monkey Beaver suspenders suck. And I'm like, that's not... Okay. I don't know if August is going to like that. He basically said that they suck. He bought them, but he don't like them. Okay. It's kind of weird. Because he seems like the type of guy that would only want to do positive stuff for August. But like the thing I got out of it was like the Monkey Beaver suspenders suck. I don't know if that's what he meant to put out. But that's just... that's how it came out to me. So that was JLM Tree Service. But yeah, that's about all I had for his video. It was basically a video on getting a new saddle and stuff. So congrats on the saddle, I guess. And I think, he rigged out a tree there in the video. But rigging seemed decent. Like, seemed good. I'm not the biggest fan of negative rigging on a singular ring. I think that's... Actually, you know what? I can't do that. He was negative rigging tops off of a single ring. I'm not a fan. I think it's goofy. I know it's a large ring or a B string or whatever, but still, when you're negative rigging tops, doing it on a singular ring, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. But, sounds like you've got your head on your shoulders, Low Impact. That's what that says to me. That right there says this guy's going places. All right? He's got his head on his shoulders. He's thinking correctly. Just seems like a smart guy. Now, Brandon, I speak English, so I don't know what your sentence meant. And I tried. Like, yeah, I just tried again. It didn't work again. Okay. next channel is Rion Rounds. The channel is like really picked up the amount of videos that come out, which is cool. Seems like it's blowing up for him. And he's going with it. He turned straight into a YouTuber. It was like from video to video. It's pretty funny. Like he flipped the switch and it's like, I'm a YouTuber. Hello. Good afternoon, YouTube family. Welcome today. We are doing this massive, and it's like, okay, I dig it. Like it's funny. But yeah, it's interesting to see the videos kind of start to change a little bit. But in this video, I think this will be a little bit of like a rude awakening to all those people that are like, I'm going to get this. I want this. I want this. I want this. I want this. And they see Rion, he has everything as far as machinery. And here, I don't know if he said this was in a week or it was a month, but I don't really care which one it was. But I think it may have been a week. Video name is $55,000 crane repair. First job back. So he lets us know in the video right at the beginning that he had over $70,000 in expenses that month or week. That's a yearly salary for somebody. That's crazy. So his injectors and his fuel pump, I believe, were filled with water. So he had to replace the pump, and all those injectors turned out to be a $55,000 repair. They also had to repair one of the outrigger sensors, I believe, but $55,000 repair. He turned down. This sounds crazy. He turned down a wrong road. It's cold out here right now. I don't know about where you guys are at, but I took my wood stove out of here and I regret it now. So he turned down a wrong road and got a $10,000 fine. That just sounds cool. I kind of want to know what road it was, where you can just turn down it and get a $10,000 fine. Then he had to have the Okay, no. I was wrong. I said they had to, with the crane sensor, it wasn't. It was a Merlo sensor. Okay. So he ended up spending $5,500 to have one of the Merlo outrigger sensors fixed. So $55,000 for the Merlo, a $10,000 traffic fine or something, like I don't even know where is that? What? And then a $55,000 crane repair. That is shocking. That's ridiculous. And I think that should be a bit of a rude awakening to some of those guys that like try to grow too quick. That is insane when it comes to expenses. And that was no piddly things. That was 3 major expenses for that time. It doesn't say all the normal stuff. So it's like, take notes, right? Jacob, do time save. Yeah, I'll try to. I will. Oh, shit. You just said that, and I forgot to write down Rion's time. I don't know. How long have I been talking about Rion? Not that long. Like 33? We'll say for 2 minutes, maybe? Let's go 31. But that's insane. But yeah, he ends up doing tree work with a crane, a massive crane, and it's boring like always. But he did it, and I watched it because I try my best to support, but man, crane work is very boring sometimes. Especially when they count the picks. I hate that more than anything. Pick one, pick two. I don't like. It's weird. It's like being in kindergarten class and you do the counting game. I don't know. That's it for Rion. Next channel, and this is one I'm kind of starting to get into. Recently got into it a little bit more. Is Ben of the Forest. I think his moniker name, maybe, I don't know. It's Ben something. I think it's his name, but he put out a video called Hogan Smith topping a massive fur with a ported 200T dual perspective. You ruined it. You had a good title, and then you had to put this stupid thing at the end where you said dual perspective. What? Okay, I don't even know why you needed that. That part's dumb to me of the title. It was a good title. It was a single sentence, and all of a sudden, dual perspective. Now, don't do that no more. I seen this video already, and I'm trying to support. I'm like, I'm gonna watch this video because this dude's channel seems like it's starting to get going, and all easy to do. I love my easy maintenance on Logan Chippers is. Yeah. I have a 95. Right on. Right on, low impact. You have to have I made you, let me see something. So you're a moderator, a low impact. I need one for when Ground Pounder's not here. So yeah, Ben of the Forest, Hogan Smith topping a massive fur with a ported 200T. And I'm like, I've seen this video already. What are we doing? And so I'm like, did this dude just clip the part of the video that he did with Hogan because he got good views on the Hogan video? Is he trying to milk that? And I'm like, no, he wouldn't do that. So I go back and I'm like, that is totally what he's doing. He clipped the section that you've already watched a couple weeks back, re-uploaded it, and just show. I'm just my opinion. I'd say build your channel on you and what you plan on doing for the channel, because it's going to become disappointing to people when Hogan Smith isn't there all the time. Because like the channel does great views when you use him. He's in the thumbnail, his name. You know, it's Buckin's boy. Hell, I'd start calling him Buckin's boy just to even clickbait it, or not clickbait it, but ride that clout. You know, get it. Try to use his clout for all you. People are going to be disappointed when they subscribe and are here and there's no Hogan in any videos. So I just don't know. I don't know about this. I just don't feel like it needed to be re-uploaded. Like I watched it once already. I thought, cool, a new video. No, it's something I already watched, but I don't know. When there's a slope and things go like this all the time with your views, it's going to be hard for the algorithm to kind of push you. So if you do these spiking ones where it's Hogan all the time. I don't know how that'll work. I felt like Ben's channel was going to blow up, though. Just because of the content and where he's at and his surroundings and what he's doing. So, if you haven't watched any of it, it's gnarly. You know, homeboy gets sent out to like clear wires up in BC, has to take a helicopter out to get dropped off and picked back up, and the trees are massive. But in a video, a few videos back, he had during the video he had Hogan, Buckin's boy, on the crew. And I went back and I looked, and that video did great. That's because Buckin was like, hey, my boy is, it was great to see my boy on this. He gave Ben a few shout outs, which Buckin don't do. So, of course, those videos probably did great, but I just don't, hopefully it doesn't affect your analytics, but I think it may not do you any good, if that makes any sense. Also, I wish Hogan had his own channel. I think it would go really, really good. But I also respect him even more for not wanting to do it. Like, I love that about that dude. He has a free ride if he wanted to do the social media thing. His dad's supporters would support him fully. And the fact he doesn't do it makes me respect him 10 times more. I think he's a hell of a climber, and probably just a good dude in general. That's it. Go check out Ben of the Forest. I think his channel's good. It's very entertaining. The terrain he has to work on is insane, and the trees are big. So, I mean, most of the time they're those straight trees, like Veterans Tree Service climbs, those little skinny trees that are straight, just a single pole. But they get big sometimes, I guess. So go check them out. Now this next channel, this one, the channel name is Oasis Tree. I think the name it goes by when it's like the comments, the moniker or whatever, is at your outdoor oasis. The video he put up this week, Murphy's Law struck all day, ... but we finished, ... I'm gonna do this. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna have to hold back this info so that I can do the full investigation, and the video will be coming out on this video. The video that I'm talking about is Murphy's Law struck all day, ... but we finished, ... The channel is at Oasis Tree or at your outdoor oasis. I think I have to do a full investigation on this. So be on the lookout for that video. It is just too many violations. There's just too many. I can't. I would break my light. My light would overheat. My sirens would probably stick, and I couldn't. I mean, then they're gonna have to buy a new siren. It's just there's too many. So I am gonna dedicate a video fully on him and his video he put out here. That'll be up soon. Yeah, it's just what has to happen. It's just what's got to be done. So he was Murphy. He was Murphing it 100%, and just the way. I don't know what to say. I can't really say a whole lot yet until the full investigation is done. I don't want to misquote anything, but it's not looking good for him. But yeah, we're just gonna have to move on. Next channel, and actually, if I timestamp that one, what would we do? We would like 44, 43. Let's do 43. Yeah. Yeah, he was murphing it. He was murphing it hard. Next channel is Veterans Tree Service. His video is called 3 Tree Service Jobs, including this incredible tree jack. Now, he listened. He made a proper title. He's teachable. This is what you guys don't know about this guy. He's not completely a lost cause. He can be taught. It's just, he's just, yeah, there's still a full, long, ridiculous investigation going on with him, but just disregard that. This week he put out a video, 3 tree service jobs, including this incredible jack. I don't really think the jack's incredible, but if he thinks it is, you know, oh, bless his little heart, maybe he thinks it is. But the video starts, and this guy, he just, sometimes I feel like he tries to be different just to be different. Okay? Now, he himself will tell you in this video, there was no need for him to do this, okay? No need for him to do this at all. He's like, we don't really need this. But, I think I don't know if he gets joy out of this or what's going on. But he says, I don't need to. But the home, like I said, loves to be different. And just the joy the dude gets from jacking trees off is weird. He's like, we don't need to do this. And I wish one of the workers would have been like, then let's not do this. But he's like, no, we're going to do it anyway. I got it out. And I'm like, this is weird. But, you know, he does that. He jacks the tree off. It goes like kind of, I think, where he wanted, which is weird. I don't really think it went where he wanted. I think he missed the big lay. And if you know, you know what a regular lay is and what a big lay is. So I feel like the big lay he missed, or maybe it's the other way. I gotta ask the Murph. But yeah, I don't think he hit his mark. He says, as he's in the middle of making his back cut, he goes, "Oh, this tree is," or actually, it wasn't even the back cut. It was the cut to put the jack in there. And he makes the cut to put the jack inside the tree so that he can jack the tree off the stump. And he hits this little pocket of rock. I mean, it's just a little bitty pocket of rock. He says, oh my, this is very hollow. And then he makes the cut, jacks the tree off the stump, and it turns out he's absolutely wrong. It was barely hollow. Just a little, like, it's on the backside. It wasn't, the hinge was still completely green. So I don't know if he's been like watching and learning from the Murph, but apparently he loves fat hinges too, and left his hinge way too fat because he got a little scared because he's seen a little pocket of rot. But yeah, he's different. But I think he's just being different for the sake of being different. The tree, he did that with the tree. I didn't like it. Then he asked the viewer to please subscribe. He's like, please subscribe to my channel. Most people, if they're watching it, they're interested in tree care, climbing, chainsaw, something like that. So he tells you subscribe and then turns around and tops a tree off of a ladder. And I'm like, what in the half price Harry's going on here? He's just doing his thing, talking about how he's like, I have limited morals and I will do anything for the monies. And that's sus a little bit. But I don't know. He said, if you don't do it, this guy's going to do it. And you know what? I kind of agree with that. We talk about top trees. He says, he says he loves topping trees and that he doesn't agree with all the other tree guys and the standards and stuff. He says, it's fine. He actually, I think he may actually like doing it. And he even took us to the back afterwards and was like super proud. He's like, I'm super proud of this cactus that I just cut here. And I thought, well, he didn't talk about a cat. And then I seen the tree. And he wasn't lying. It was a coat rack. And he just wanted to show you because he's super proud of it. If he wasn't super proud of it, see, he wouldn't upload it. I want you to watch it. He's super proud of it. This is where one of my PSA of the week. You don't have to upload or film everything. I think this video could have been good. Possibly even better than it was if we didn't make a very large coat rack. I just don't feel like we needed to do that. That part didn't need to be in there. But he just wanted to show you, because he's proud. I think he was afraid to say it, but these are just my opinions, but facts at the same, like, it kind of both. It's weird, though. I don't know why he's so proud of it. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why he has to be so different, where he's like, makes it a point to be like, I know a lot of you guys don't agree with this, but I do. I'm like, why you gotta be? Yeah, that's a ticket though. Yeah, I forgot. My bad. You get a ticket for just filming stuff that don't. Your tube. That's it. The ticket is tubing too hard. That's what's going on here. You don't need to tube this hard. You don't need to upload that. Don't beg people to subscribe. That reminds me. Don't subscribe. If you do, I'm going to block you. Okay? I don't like it. So, I'm trying not to be like this. But that's all I got for him for this week. Thoughts on Echo 2511? I think it's an Echo. It's an Echo. No, if I'm being honest, I've never used one. I have a Steel 150, and I absolutely love my little whip. It's basically the equivalent to the 2511. Everyone I know that's got them seems to love them. And if you've never used one of those lightweight, really lightweight, incredibly centered little saws, there are times where you will be in a very precarious situation, and having such a light, powerful little saw will bring you comfort in some of those weird, sketchy spots that you find yourself into. So, I've never bought one. I've never actually used the 2511. I have a MS-150 TC that was a gift, actually, from Mike Frizzell. I came home one day and it was sitting in my garage at my door. Actually, I came in one day and there was a box that said it was bar oil. And I was so stoked. I thought somebody sent me 3 gallon of bar oil. I was like, this is great. Like, I was so stoked about it being bar oil. And when I opened it up to see a brand new chainsaw in it, I was dumbfounded. I didn't even know what to say. So, shout out to Mike. That saw has never been in the back of my truck or the back of a truck. It rides in the cab with me. It's the only chainsaw that rides in the cab with me. There's actually a YouTube short where when I first got it, I put it in the front seat and put the seatbelt on it and made my ground guy sit in the back. There's video. So, yeah, I don't know much about Echo. I'm a man, so I'm just kidding. I can't do that all the time. I'm a boy. So yeah, that is what it is. Husky 435T. I don't know. We'll come across the one here that I've watched. Let me see what that is real quick. You see, okay, the number you say. So I see a guy use a T540 coming up here in just a few, and I'm not a fan of any of those. If I'm being honest. John spending some time with the fam, hell yeah. Got the kids to bed, y'all have. You too, John. Appreciate you, brother. I think 2511 port's nice, but I haven't handled one ported. Yeah, see, when I got the 150, I think those saws, with as small as they are, they come so air restricted with the EPA standards that they have to follow with the mufflers that simply just opening them up. I know that's what it was. The 150, when it had the stock muffler, it was not very good. And just simply opening that muffler up the small bit, I mean, I probably doubled the output where it could get backflow and stuff. The saw completely opened up. It seemed like it was being restricted and couldn't get enough air out to the point that it was almost fighting maybe the piston. I'm not a mechanic. I just know the difference in the way the saw performed stock, and then after opening it up, I didn't tune nothing. It done everything on its own. Like, that saw just rips. I've done so many huge removals with that, and it's wild to me. So, but it's the original 150 before they switched to like the 151 and stuff. So. .270 wood weighs less. It has more. What do you compare the 270 wood to? What the hell is talking, homies? What are you talking about, knucklehead? More CC from factory than the 2511 is better due to big use. I climb with 435T. Well, I'm crazy. I put in like 350 new. Oh, that's pretty sick. Yeah, I usually use, if it's something big like that. So you're, Jesus Christ. Old Brandon's over here trying to put a fucking square peg through a round hole. What are you doing right now? You're talking about a mid-sized backhandle saw, comparing it to a fucking 20. Jesus Christ. He's got to be trolling. He's got to be trolling. Don't listen to him. That's got to be a troll. You don't compare them two saws, you knucklehead. Considered the best arborist saw with the best power to weight ratio. I don't know nothing about it. The 271 is a top handle from Echo, you idiot. No, you're an idiot for knowing Echo saws, numbnuts. Men don't know Echo saws. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm an idiot for not knowing Echo? It's 271 is a fucking farm boss from Steel, alright? And when you only put 271, 271, 271, no one knows about no backhandle Echo 271. I'm sure any man that doesn't tuck his thing to the back and take pictures of himself wouldn't think you're talking about Echo, alright? Jesus Christ, what's this guy's deal? I know all saws because I'm a man like you. Alright, so next channel. Did we get Tim enough? I don't know. He loves cactuses. Let's just say that. Next channel is Timber Cutter Patriot 5248. And that's it. That's a big boom baby dude. He's different. I don't know how to approach it, because I do respect, if I'm gonna be straight up, I have some respect for the fact that he is a God-fearing man. Seems to be like he doesn't mean any harm. But this stubbornness that because you were too silly to just be safer, that everyone else is an idiot because of it. So when someone tells you to, hey man, if you're going to call yourself a professional, conduct yourself like a professional, and at least wear a hard hat when you're out there falling trees in the woods. His answer is to tell you that he's a dead horse, I think something, he kept saying something about like when you tell him to wear a hard hat, he's a dead horse. And I'm like, that don't really make sense. And he says it every time. He's like, when you tell me to wear a hard, it's a big boom baby. And then he's like, if you tell me to wear a hard hat, he may call you a communist, which is fucking crazy. But he says he's a dead horse. Stop telling him that, because he doesn't. He's a dead horse. I don't know what that means. So I see this YouTube short come up, and it says, that's a big boom baby boar cut. And in this video, maybe it looked AI. Because it's like this little geeky dude comes in front of the camera and he's like, today we're going to be with a professional logger. And he's going to show us the importance of keeping a correct hinge. And will a tree still go if you cut the middle? I don't even know what he said. He said something dorky. He's got this little dorky voiceover kid comes out. And he's like, we're with a professional logger here today. And when they call him a professional, you want to know how they establish him as a professional? They show his Instagram followers. Oh my God. Oh my God. Are you serious? No. You can't be serious. 263,000 Instagram followers does not make you a professional. Bottom line. So, I'm not sold when you tell me, today we're with this professional logger, and you show me his Instagram followers, and I'm supposed to be like, oh yeah, he's got 260,000? That doesn't mean anything. He could have bought all them damn things. People are so, if that may work on some people. Some people are dumb. Some people are straight up dumb. But that was pointless information to a person with common sense. You telling me he has 263,000 followers on Instagram or TikTok? If he even has a TikTok, I'm not listening. So I'm just thinking if he has Instagram, maybe. So hopefully it was Instagram. It probably was like Snapchat or something. I can't keep these grown men having these weird social media things. It's weird. But the dorky little voiceover kid that comes in, I told you it sounds like AI, it looks like AI. I'm like, this is crazy. Well, the dorky voiceover kid is smarter than the professional logger here. This is what's crazy. It threw me for a loop because in this video, the dorky little kid that comes into the video screen and he's like, today we're with this professional logger. And you look back there and there's this picture I got, and I'm rocking the bibs and everything. This picture, I got a gray beard, okay? And I'm like, big boom baby, just pretend that, okay? But I'm just sitting, this is me. This is my full logger getup, okay? Do you get it? Do you see how it's kind of dumb? When the kid who's just talking is smart enough to wear a hard hat, but the guy that's going to run the chainsaw and play the role of a professional is in a ball cap. I don't like that. Junk. Trash. Not cool. At one point, he tries to gaslight. Maybe me in particular. So he puts out this other YouTube short where he says, it's titled PPE Police. I'm like, huh. Wonder what he says here. So he opens the video. He says, I'm old school. I respect that. I think you have the ability to influence, and whether even whether if you do it or not, you should want the next generation to be safe and guide them in that direction. That's not what he does. He doesn't just say, hey, I'm a stubborn old asshole that is like trying to teach a mule something new. I just don't want to change. I know I'd be safer with a hard hat, but I'm too stubborn to change, and I want to be the way I am. I would respect that. But he doesn't. What he does is he calls you, pretend you're the person leaving the comment, he calls you stupid. He says, do you think wearing a little piece of plastic on your head is going to save you? That you're dumb. So here's where it's really strange is I didn't waste a bunch of my time on TikTok like him. I didn't waste any time on Snapchat or Instagram even. I've seen all the times where a hard hat saved a man's life. We have a tree guy that's pretty close to us. I mean, Jacob Rogers had a close call. But if you haven't seen the video with Zacchaeus, where he gets directly hit in the head with a big branch, knocks him stupid on the ground. He gets up, picks up his hard hat, and is holding his hard hat, and there's a large chunk of wood hanging out of the top of it. He goes onto the inside, and that large chunk of wood absolutely punctured through and stopped itself. It was a Prodos. It did what it's designed to do. That movement in the back is designed to absorb shock and hold that. That helmet performed absolutely perfect. They have that design to where that's magnetized. And if it was to take a side hit, and it'll come off even. If you tell me that Zacchaeus didn't have his life saved by that hard hat that day, I'll stop telling anyone to wear one. You can't watch stuff like that and then respond with this stupid attitude where you know better, and instead of just accepting that you're just stubborn and you're a bit arrogant, and you're too arrogant to be safe, you call the person an idiot or dumb for thinking a piece of plastic. Well, if a piece of plastic's not enough for you, they make metal ones. You can go get one of them old metal ones. I don't really care which one you wear. And in his comment section, I did say, I think you should wear a hard hat. And I wear one after, so I spent maybe 15 years never wearing one. Didn't know anything. Did stupid, sketchy things without one. Well, I didn't know any better. I didn't know people were wearing hard hats doing tree work. There was no social media. I'm just this hillbilly out in his hillbilly town doing his hillbilly thing, not knowing any better. Then when I found out, oh, shoot, so the guys that really do this, they do certain things to put the odds in their favor. Why? Well, mainly because the job is dangerous. And you don't get redos or a week off when you make that stupid mistake. Sometimes that's it. You don't get well, I'll just go get a different one. Or I'll just go do this. No, maybe you lose your life. You have a life-altering, injury that keeps you from being able to support your family. Wearing a hard hat, and this is what the comment I left. I said, I spent a very long time, nearly half of the time I've ever done this and ever ran a chainsaw, the majority of my time was spent not knowing to wear a hard hat. So you can't do I spent all this time not doing it, so I don't feel like I have to do it now. Because I'm the shit. Bottom line. And I can admit, I was stupid. Why wouldn't I think, hey, a hard hat, not my favorite thing to put onto my head. Yeah, sometimes they're aggravating. Some days it makes it a little hotter. Sometimes in the winter to keep you warm. But I'm putting odds in my favor to ensure that I make it home to my family that evening. Now, if I'm a single man, no family, I'm probably a wild man. I probably do some much stupider things. But I've seen the results to families when a guy just got cocky and made a crazy decision at work. And I've seen the results of what his family had to go through long term afterwards. I've been in that family where those things happen. I did it to my family. I had my accident. I thought I would never walk again. I learned a ton of lessons that day that I wish I could have learned before it. But I got arrogant. I got cocky. And I thought I knew everything. And sometimes you just kind of have to eat your ego, push it off to the side, and just accept that, yeah, these people, he's calling people communists because they said, hey, this is the crazy, listen to this. He tried to, first he tried to word it like, I say he don't love his family because he doesn't wear a hard hat. And his answer to that is, I pray every night. That's great. That's great if you pray every night. I think that's cool. I think do it. Keep doing that. That doesn't change anything I have to say. My opinion is you could put things further into your odds and give yourself a better chance of going home every day in the shape you want there in. Because you only get one. Okay, I'm not wearing a hard hat. You get hit in the head. Now, if you're getting hit in the head at work, doing what you do, it's life altering. So think about that. I'm not going to wear this hard hat. It's not like you may get your finger jammed. Or you get a hangnail. That's like a tree climber saying, I'm going to do a bunch of limb walking and go out here and do end weight reduction, but I'm not going to use ropes or a saddle. You would be like, this guy's a complete fool. It doesn't mean that you can't do it that way. It doesn't mean that you can't go out there and creep your way out on the end of that limb. I've seen people do some absolutely stupid things for no reason. Yeah, damn, Timber. Yeah, I broke my pelvis. My sternum is no longer connected. My ribs are still sticking out of my chest. I messed my back up a bit. It was rough. My hometown got hit with a nub and had a hard hat and became handicapped. Got hit with a nub. See? I mean, I just don't get it. I mean, you're doing your phone. I just don't get this guy. I don't get it. I think the power of prayer and having a strong faith will help you. But like this pretending like other people are dumb because they wear a hard hat and you're just not going to do it is stupid. I'll never agree with this guy. He's got all the reasons in the world. Somebody left a comment and they were kind of rude with how they left it. I will admit. But he calls himself a professional logger, and someone said, you wouldn't make a good pimple on a professional logger's ass. Now, my issue with what they said is I don't know what a good pimple is. I don't even know if those things are real. Like, I've never seen a pimple that's a good one. But he got very offended when that comment was left. He says he lives in America, where he has freedom to do as he pleases, and he said that person that left that comment is a communist. That's where me and him had a disconnect. that person cares for your safety, and maybe they have an asinine way of wording it, or maybe they have shitty people skills. But it doesn't change the fact that another human being, whether they were doing it for their own ego, they were giving you advice in a manner that would keep you safe, not harm you, not do you any harm, physically, mentally, any. They want you to be safe. Your response to that person, because they want you to be safe, is that they're a communist. And that's just a complete weirdo way of thinking. Complete weirdo behavior. I think every man needs to be a little more proud of him. I respect the fact that this dude is confident to say what he says. I hate that's a big boom baby, but I don't live in Indiana, so I don't know what the baby booming big thing is. Maybe that's an Indiana thing. Cool. I don't really like it. But he told me that if I don't like the way he does things, I could block him and unsubscribe. And my answer was, shut up. Don't tell me, you can't tell me I'll subscribe if I want to. That's what I said. I said, shut up, I'll subscribe if I want to. So, I wish he would just, if my comment offended him, I was hoping he was going to put it up on the screen like he did the other guy. But he didn't. He found this way of gaslighting and moving the goalpost and twisting my words. Instead of putting up my comment and actually directly responding to it, he tried to say I said he don't love his family. So, I don't know. I just wish the dude would, I don't know, pull his head out his ass? Stop being weird? You've become an influencer. Apparently you have 263,000 Instagram followers. Those people now enjoy seeing you, maybe respect your opinion, maybe some of them hate watch, whatever, but there's a lot of people there that you have the ability to influence. You don't care about that. He's more concerned with getting his catchphrase over. That's a big boom baby. Who cares about being safe and not being a shit stain on the rest of the tree industry? I mean, that's basically what it comes down to. He's going to be his own little personal shit stain on the pants that are the industry. And he's going to stick to his guns because all he needs is a prayer. Okay, man, good luck. So this guy, this is not, now, there's been some false information being put out there. This is not my son, okay? I'm not his dad. Kenny G Trees is the YouTube channel. Now, I can't even remember who was trying to spread this outrageous false information. Somebody tried to say that that's my son. That's not my son. I do not like that he made that I'm a Chainsaw Boy song. I also hate that it was so catchy and that I'm humming it like all day long. I'm a chainsaw boy, I'm gonna get that banana. So if you didn't see that, I don't know why he put the banana part in the song, but it made it sick. But yeah, you got to go check that short out. It's just a couple days ago, I think. But it's a sick song. Super catchy. If you don't want to be humming I'm a Chainsaw Boy all day long, don't go watch it because it's top notch. 100%. Dude, I'm singing it in the shower. I'm gonna make them cuts, yeah, I'm a chainsaw boy, I'm gonna get that banana. I like that banana part, that's my favorite part. I don't know why that was even put in the song, but it was a sick song. Um, Kenny G Trees, let's get serious though. You look for a good song, check that out though. Kenny G Trees. Put out a video. Put out a couple videos, but he got on my radar with the Chainsaw Boy song. And then I started watching his videos again. He put out a video called Stripping Up a Old Hemlock Tree with Husqvarna T540. Now see, this is what's crazy. He's doing it right. That's how you make a title. He's making hit music. Okay? Hit music. Dude, it's the don't lie, it's your favorite part of the song too. It just hits you out of nowhere. The banana does. It's like I thought we were singing songs about chainsaws and cutting trees, and he threw a banana in there. It was crazy. Um, but yeah, he's stripping up old hemlock tree with Husqvarna T540. I seen some videos before this where he was running this T540 from Husqvarna, and the saw just seems like a pooch. It just seems kind of lame. Doesn't really want to run and idle correctly. Said he's had it for a month and 3 years, a year and 3 months. And he said that the warranty may still be good. Brother, if you get them to warranty that saw after having it for a year and 3 months, please and let me know. But I don't see him doing anything. He thinks he's going to be able to go take it in and they're just going to fix it. But why do you keep a saw for a year and 3 months if it doesn't run worth a damn? No. So he strips out this old hemlock tree, but he can basically just free cut everything in the tree. And he does all this with let's be honest, he does all this with an inferior saw brand from I'll use a Husqvarna when you could use a Stihl. So he starts himself off with a handicap because it's like I'm gonna use this saw that's like a unisex saw. Boys can use them, but you know how that. But he's like, I'm gonna use this saw. So it's like giving somebody a head start. He starts off giving everyone else that does tree work that would be compared to him this big head start. He's like, I'm gonna use this pooch of a saw. He starts cutting, and I quickly realize that this fool is using a rainbow anchor. Now, he's not using it in the SRT rainbow anchor fashion, like one Tim from Veterans Tree Service would do. He's using it more in the double fruity Jeff Schroeder style, where you just dual rope it. Instead of you're not even cool enough to be doing it SRT, you're doing it with dual rope. And I'm like, what is going on here? What is he doing? I was digging Kenny G, I was singing the songs, and then all of a sudden I look up and he's just got his rope over this little stupid evergreen branch. Like, oh, dude, this sucks. That's a site. And then about the time I'm about to write down the citation, do all the paperwork, he says, I'm going to the top to tie in. Okay? Like, I'm going to let it slide. I'm going to let the few minutes where he was rainbow anchored, I'm going to let that slide. Because what do? He went to the top, used a speed line strap, slapped a little micro pulley up there, and had an actual tie-in point, which gave him way better work positioning and safer work positioning as he did the entire tree like a professional should. He did it safe like a professional should. Rainbow anchoring, you know what kind of people do that. I mean, Franklin 170, John Deere. Dang. Hell yeah, Timber. He just keeps going. Never go double fruity. Dude, it's too hard to come back from. I mean, I knew a guy that went double fruity, and he's selling his ass on the street in Los Angeles now. And it's not a good thing. You shouldn't do it. So the rest of the video he did to Kenny G did. Like, I think he should do more songs. Just my own personal opinion. Maybe half tree work, half hit music. But it was a decent video. Okay. Here we go. This guy. This one's good. Daniel Murphy. The Murph Dog. Whatever you want to call him. But you gotta respect it. He basically was the first YouTuber ever. He's, old as shit. But, like, he's still getting it. He's got them gray hairs. Looking good with his locks all out and everything. That's for the ladies. But he's still getting her done. And he's still trying to teach all you knuckleheads how to do things. Okay? He puts out this video. Wow. Hang on. I got to do. Wow. ... Just wow. ... Unintentional barber chair. And I'm like, whoa. Yeah. So Daniel is the guy who puts out YouTube videos where he does intentional barber chairs. You've never seen anyone else on YouTube try to make videos doing intentional barber chairs. But Daniel has. Daniel's focused a lot on being able to use the barber chair in a useful manner. You know, can something that's so dangerous become something that's useful? It's like, well, we'll see. I'm out, guys. See you, Brandon. Stay safe, brother. No, you're good, man. Have a good one. Appreciate you hanging out, man. Okay, so the guy who does all these intentional barber chairs puts out a video and it says unintentional barber chair. See, I didn't know this because he sent me this video on on a message. He's got my number, which I get in trouble sometimes from the stuff I say because he's got my phone number. And he sends me this video, and it's just a link. And just FYI, if you ever send me a link, I'm probably not going to click on it. I don't do that. I don't click links when dudes. But I know he tells me it's a video on my YouTube, and so I click on it, and it goes to the beginning of the video, and it goes up to this tree that is in this little corner, this little fenced-in corner. And I'm like, what's he doing? And he says, I'm going to fall this tree. He says, but the sheriff likes to say, he starts talking shit about me, okay? This is what I don't like. Starts talking shit about me. Starts saying that I say that he only uses brute strength and that I like to be more precise and methodical of a tree guy, as opposed to that I label him as someone who uses brute strength and force. Like, and that's facts. I think he uses pulling power way more than I would. I don't enjoy that kind of stuff. And I've seen the sketchy shit that can happen because of it. And in this video, he got to see some. He got to see what leaving a super fat hinge can do. He got to see what using a piece of machinery and pulling too hard on the tree could make happen. I've seen people think that they were told to pull with a truck and break a tree off and go through the wires. I've seen stupid shit. Okay, listen to this. Here's a little story. I was at this lakefront house a few towns away, and it was just me and my brother, but this guy had asked us to help him get these trees removed. And I was probably in my 20s. So, 20 years ago. But he says, can you help me? Get the tree all prepped up, ready to fall. That was after climbing 2 other trees. But the tree is set up, the rope is in it, everything's set up, and I needed to go get something to drink. I was starting to feel like shaky. Hadn't had anything to drink, eat, nothing. And I was like, I need to go down here and get something real quick to drink. And he was just being an asshole and said, no, cut the tree. And I had been picked up and taken there, so I didn't have a ride. And I said, I'm not doing anything else, because I wanted to go get something to drink before I started. But I worked for hours and hours and hours, then said, hey, I'm done. I have to go get something to drink, man. As soon as you fall that tree. I said, no, I'm going to go get something to drink. Like, she can run me up here to get something to drink, or just go get it. I'll wait. He threw a hissy fit, grabbed the chainsaw, walked over to the tree. He also thought, because I'd already put the notch in, that all he had to do was make the back cut. Super simple. Anybody can make the back cut. It's hooked to a truck, which I didn't want it hooked to a truck. I would have hooked it to my tree jack, because it causes steady, continuous tension instead of too much excessive pulling force at once. He starts to make the back cut, it breaks, goes onto the house. And I then walked myself down to go get something to drink, called a ride, and never talked to that guy again. So, Daniel has this big red oak hooked up. He's got his Bobcat hooked to it. He's got another truck hooked to it. Multiple ropes. And he says in this situation that he needs power. Like he says that you need a lot of pulling power when you're doing big trees. I'm like, huh. I don't think so. That's not really if it's set up correctly, rope angles are correct, you don't need an excessive amount of power. If you need an excessive amount of power on it, it's probably a different way that it should be done. But this is the beauty of this, is you can do things your way. Instead, he puts the ropes high up in the tree, makes a notch. Now, I got to give you a little bit of a, I mean, at least a little. Brother, that notch, did you make that with a sawzall or a like a reciprocating saw? What, or did you just use a grinder? Because that notch was funktastic, okay? Looked like you hacked at it with a fucking mattock or something. But, you know, it was a notch, and he says he doesn't need to be perfect, okay? He has the pulling power that he needs, and that his big thing, and this is something Daniel always says, he likes a good fat hinge. Listen, fat hinges, okay? So he leaves a hinge probably 7 to 8 inches on this tree. On both sides, walks out to his bobcat, and absolutely snaps this tree and barber chairs it. And it luckily barber chairs and lands onto itself. Because there's a fence all along. Lands on itself. Here's where I got to give him all the credit. Is because I think Daniel a year ago wouldn't have posted this video. I just don't think he would have. But he doesn't. He should be confident. Like, shit happens when you're pushing limits at time. Stuff like this kind of happens. So, he admits in the video, he left his hinge too thick. The tree had a hollow section in it. It barber chaired. Made this crazy trap worth of a mouse trap out of the tree. And he admits that he just made a mistake. That he's learning. Basically, the lesson that he learned was to, I mean, he can tell you this, but he says after 47 years of doing this, he learned a new lesson. And the lesson is to be more like me. Okay? This is just, if you want to be right, and you want to be cool doing it, be more like me. Trying to use power all the time caused crazy barber chair. He did say in the video that he made the big lay. I still don't know what the hell the big lay is, but he said it. But yeah, he just wanted everybody to know that after 47 years of doing tree work, that he just needs to be more like me, and that he's still learning. So, shout out to Daniel. You don't have, like, a full face tattoo, like a mural. You don't need to do that. Just get a little sheriff badge, and on your lower back. We'll call it even. But you don't, just started the video out kind of trying to poke at me, trying to be funny, and then it didn't. Turns out I was right. And this is what I didn't like, is in the video you didn't say, I started this video kind of talking a little bit of junk, and I just want to let everybody know that not only do I want to be more like Mike, but Mike was right. So, I know that's what you meant to say, Daniel, so I won't hold it against you, but yeah, that's what happened. In North Carolina, because my man has authority, but Forest Service is a just guiding old boys, but crap hard protection. Huh. Here, oh, that sucks. Yeah. Next channel, Lumber Joe -X2Q or something. I don't even know. Puts out a video, chainsaw gifts that will actually use. Chainsaw gifts they will actually use. This is the most TikTok shit I've ever seen. Of course, it ends up being that little Lancer kid. And he's all being a little Lancer kid. What I do like is that the title is correct. They stopped putting hashtags in the title. I like that because that was stupid. Um, he wrote a good title, followed the rules. He's kind of starting to learn. But I'm going to be straight, Lancer. This is me talking to Lancer. Sheriff, suspect. I just don't know if the new guy that is green as a gourd should be given advice on tree care products. That's insane to me. That's like a baby that just learned how to walk, like walked for the first time yesterday, putting out how-to videos the next day on how to walk. They can't even talk yet. Like, but that would be this. So it's just a weird video where this kid from ITT Tech, like, he's got a pocket divider thing. Like, he's just giving advice on tree care products you should buy people. I don't know. It's too TikTok-y for me. That is what it is. I've seen at Finish Lumberjack. I watched one of his videos. That's at Finish Lumberjack. The video was called "Something Didn't Feel Right About This Tree." ... And I'm like, okay, something cool is going to happen in this video. He kind of, okay, his English makes it funny because of his accent, him speaking English. But nothing was weird about the tree. Like, I thought I was going to see something. It was just, he just makes a notch, and then he makes a back cut, and then he pulls out a little hatchet that he bought from Walmart. And then, you know how hatchets, sometimes they have those little plastic covers over them that you turn, takes the blade cover off? He was in the back cut and was needing to hit his wedge in, but he spent a bunch of time taking the blade cover off. When the hammer part was already exposed, it didn't make any sense to me. He takes the blade cover off so that when he's doing this, he's swinging the actual sharp blade back in his face instead of just leaving the blade cover on and hitting the wedge. If you're going to use this little toy thing to hit at the wedge, I just leave the blade cover on. I didn't understand that part. Maybe it was lost in translation, but Walmart hatchet for a wedge banger is crazy work. Like, that's different. And that's about all I got for that. I just don't know what that was all about. Here, I was gonna avoid Buck and Billy Ray this week. I tried. Okay, I tried. I couldn't. I can't do it. So Buck and Billy Ray put out this video, mind blown. The best chainsaw bar oil ever. Here's why. Video starts, and he's got Sizemore with him. Sizemore's there to hold his pocket and his purse, and like isn't allowed to. I don't even, a weird relationship there, but yeah, I would not hold another man's pocket for him. You should have told him no when he asked. This is just my opinion. But, like, you should have said no when he asked. But, him and Buckin going to take this tour through DOG or some DGG or some kind of this oil place. This place that makes oil, okay? So, they discuss everything about oil in this video. They pull out some Steel branded oil, and they use the oil they make, and they did some tests that made sense to no person. No person on that watched that video did that make any sense to. Oh, here, I wrote it down. DGP. Close enough, you know what I mean? So DGP, they say, the people there, they said the tack and viscosity to an oil doesn't matter until you get into a 30-inch bar anyway. So all this importance on this has better viscosity and this and that. Those people said it doesn't matter until you get into a 30-inch bar anyway. So I don't understand this weird ploy to get everybody to buy this oil, okay? But it keeps going. Buchan lets them know that he was sold on this product as soon as he seen DeWalt. So apparently the company DeWalt is wanting to, they've partnered up with this DGP oil company. I got some of their stickers because when I went to the expo, I wanted to go see Buchan, but he wasn't there. So I just got the stickers instead. I was hoping he was going to be there and he could give me my money for the sheriff handle and we could square up, but yeah. He's super impressed. He says, I'm sold. As soon as I seen DeWalt was part of this, I'm sold. Well, I don't know what goes on in Canada, okay? But here in the United States, DeWalt, they make like drills and shit, brother. DeWalt being part of a company doesn't sell me on shit. I don't know what this part of, as soon as I seen DeWalt, I was sold. That's Walmart stuff, man. I don't know if it's different in Canada, but in Walmart, they sell DeWalt shit. So, I don't know about that. If, like, the fact that you were so impressed as soon as you seen that DeWalt was partnering with them and you were sold, I think there's being money being shared, money's being made to endorse these products. Now, some people can sit there and lie to the camera and to you guys and tell you that they aren't being paid at all. They aren't being paid to do these advertisements. But just because you don't receive physical money does not mean that you are not being paid. You can be paid in product. So if they're sending you oil repeatedly, and maybe they don't send you a check, but they send you oil repeatedly, you're being paid. Your opinion is skewed. This pretending like you just love these guys because they're just that good. I'm sorry, but DGP is for soy boys. This is facts. This one's facts, because I have two opinion things here. Like, this one's a fact. DGP is for soy boys. Check it. I'm dead serious. For soy boys. But this is where, in my opinion, my humble opinion, DGP makes chainsaw blades dull. The blade of the saw, of the chainsaw, I don't know if it does it, I think it makes it dull. That's just my opinion. Just my opinion. But I won't be using DGP because I'm not a soy boy, okay? So if you want to be a soy boy, you can use some DGP. That's on you. The only thing that they didn't discuss in this video is the excessive amount of money that DGP oil costs. It is, I think, possibly the most expensive oil that there is. So, it costs a lot of money to be a soy boy, apparently. I don't know nothing about it. So, but I'm not buying into it. Like, I don't have a bunch of issues with my bars. I don't have to file bars all the time. I don't understand all this overselling of stuff and just goofiness that I see on the internet. But yeah, Buchan took you on a tour. He brought his side piece, Sizemore, with him, and yeah, they're soy boys. They're soy boys. This is just what happened. So, adrenaline is addictive. Yeah, facts. But I missed the big timber. So next channel is Sizemore. Sizemore put out a video this week, which I always get a kick out of. Mainly this weird turn that Sizemore's made to where he now thinks and he's convinced people that he's like an authority on teaching climbing and stuff. Like I find that to be wild, but when you go to Buckenstock and stuff, you're gonna get climbing demonstrations on the ground from Sizemore. But he put out a video, 3 trees, 1 corner. Good title. He says that people don't understand how difficult trees are to rig out when they're in corners. Yeah, you're right. I don't. Okay, that if it's in the corner of the yard, that just means I have more yard to fall along. Like I don't know what this means. Apparently, according to him, no, I don't know what this term means either. Trees in corners are underrated. Okay, I don't know what this stuff means. People don't understand how difficult trees are to rig out in the corners, and also corner trees are underrated. I'm sorry, but in this video, he comes off like this glorified ground foreman who wants to be a lead climber. He's always being like, I'm going to climb this, and I'm going to do this, and this, and this, and this. And then it's just like, you never see it. You just always hear there's a lot of talk about these great climbing things that get done, but like, brother, it's not that hard. This pretending like YouTube is really hard to film. Get out of here. Go camera on your head, push a button, and it does the work for you. Let's not pretend like hitting a button is so hard. That's just what he does in the video. He says, YouTube has to take it back because I'm trying to do this to make money. It's real hard to film these videos, but it's just a passion. It's got to happen when it happens. If you can take time out of your day to go clip a little short clip on your phone so that you can post it on your TikTok of your rope moving, or your climbing setup always, or you being stationary doing something, you spend a lot of time doing that stuff. But pretending like you can't hit record on a helmet cam when you're doing all this climbing stuff you say you're going to do, that's weird. I feel like I'm being gaslit and lied to that he's like on this stage of climbing. Like, so, I mean, when a guy is teaching classes on how to climb, I take him to be an expert. But this just, I don't know. It seems like on these videos, when he does a video, he always seems to have like a climber climbing for him. He always says, I'm going to do this, 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 and this. And in the video, there's someone else climbing. And I'm like, that's weird, dude. Why are you always, I don't know. I think he did get and make like 2 or 3 cuts in the video where he like put some spurs on and went up a few feet and made a couple cuts. Maybe. I think maybe he made a couple cuts and then he like fell the log from the ground. It's okay to be the boss on the ground. You can't try to convince everybody you're that lead climber too. If you're not the guy that is skilled up in, it's okay. Like, I feel like there's this weird shame that he can't admit that, like, I have somebody climb for me because they're faster. This is more efficient and I can make better money and get these done quicker. It's always, I'm going to do this, 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 and this. and then when you watch the video, it's not him doing it. Climbing's hard. It's not. It's easy for me. Like every time I climb, every time I do, every single time, you know what I say? This is too easy. That's what I say. But it's not too easy for everybody, and that's okay. This is what I need him to stop doing. He does baby talk. Okay? I don't like it. Well, the tweeze is gone. Look at the tweeze. Forget I ever did that. I'll never do that again. You just have to understand that's what baby talk is. I am so embarrassed that I did that just now. It's like if somebody recorded you when you were talking to your dog or something. Like you got a little puppy or something. Like that's what he does that. And he's talking to the camera, and it weirds me out every time. I don't like it. He's too goddamn big to be talking like a baby. Okay? So I don't want to do that. Don't do that no more. And he ended the video with that weird, trees and corners are always underrated. What the fuck? Okay. Yeah. But shout out to him. I guess if I had a question, how heavy was Buchan's pocket? That's it. That's what I would like. That's what I would like now. Alright, next channel. Last two. Game of Trees. He put out a video, hub and spoke cable on a majestic giant. Now, this, I'm hitting the lights for celebration, okay? Now, you know I give him a hard time. Kevin, I give him a hard time. That's what I do, okay? But once again, YouTube cutting out. I was about to hit you with some straight gold facts, okay? So, even though I'm like the best climber, okay? Even though I got the most skills, I can still learn and admit that someone taught me something to better myself. And that's being the best. These guys that are like embarrassed to get better and they're not even anywhere close to being the best, look at this. I'm leading by example right now. Learn from me. I am the best. The first. Number one, the top guy. And Kevin taught me a trick here. I learned something. So he did a big cabling job here, and I found the video to be pretty fascinating. He took this oak tree, he ran a center hub, and ran 5 legs of cabling to hold this tree from 5 points, but all hubbed together to a singular point. I found that just awesome. It was fascinating. Like, it was just cool to see how he did it. I've never seen an elaborate cabling like that with a hub being done. So I found it cool, and I actually learned a trick while watching him. So when he did his cabling, he purposely left the cabling anchors very loose. Then he attached the cable. Then what he's able to do, because he left the bolts loose, is he can tighten them. And what it'll do is it will tighten the cable. So where you get the issue of having too much droop, you get some adjustability on these anchor points out here by leaving them as loose as possible. Because when you suck all that the excess space up with a drill or your wrench or whatever, it pulls that in. It will actually take and tension that droopy line, and it gives you the ability to tighten the entire system from all of those 5 points. So as he's looking, he can go over to this one and tighten it down, and that, puts the right amount of slack into that hub, and then that section of the hub. I've never thought about doing that before. I found it incredibly fascinating. I think Kevin may be cool. Deep down, he may be kind of cool. He taught me something. I got to respect it. So I told him that he learned me something. And I called him an old dog and tried to razz him a little bit. But I had to admit, the guy taught me something. Something that I'll use 100%. And I don't get where guys are like, it makes them insecure if they admit that they don't know everything. That's just wild to me, to think that you do know everything to the point that you can't be a little better or a little safer or learn a new like I don't know. It's weird. Last channel, and this is basically just a shout out to my guy Bert. Whoa, it says the chat restarted. And the channel is Bert's Custom Cuts. The video was shop update and saw sharpening. Bert, the shop looks sick, dude. Did a great job putting the shop together. I won't hold it against you for using that weird saw, that weird brand, Echo or something like that. I think it's ECHO, Echo. It may be that may be Espanol, I don't know, but it's Echo saw. I won't hold the saw against you, but sir, I think your blade you put your blade on upside down. You need to you put your blade on upside down. All right. Shout out to Bert though. Go check his channel out. That's Bert Custom Cuts, or Bert's Custom Cuts. Guys, this sucks. I hate this. I'm done with this. I wish I would have never started this. We're 100 episodes deep. I hate this every time we do it. I don't want to talk no more. I'm probably going to quit YouTube now that I hit 100 episodes. Also, a lot of videos coming out here. I think I have some time to do some good editing. And so just FYI, all my edited content goes over on my memberships. It's $4.99 a month. You get all the videos with no ads. I don't monetize them at all. And those people that do that join the memberships, you guys are literally keeping me doing this. So everyone that watches this on regular YouTube, watches my shorts or the live feeds, probably wouldn't be doing them if it wasn't for those people that are members. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for giving me your time. I know I'm an asshole, but it comes from a good place. So, appreciate you. I want my money back. 100 episodes, I want my money back. Yeah. Yeah, have a safe work week next week. Have a great Thanksgiving. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm here always. I'm not going nowhere. If I can help you, let me know. Don't do anything sus. Don't do anything weird. Don't be TikToking. Get your shit together. And, learned a lot. Missed you at TCI. Oh, really? Dang it. Didn't make it Saturday. Yeah, it's a bummer. We'll meet up. We'll have to have a get together. There's a lot of you guys that I would love to meet. Love to shake your hand. Love to hang out with. Maybe climb a tree. Oh, you're local. Oh, damn. Well, that's awesome. Guys, I appreciate you. Stay safe. I'll catch you next time. Don't subscribe. And if you like the video, I'm going to be so pissed.